It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And Goff going to look to throw right away. Escaping the pressure right. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. This defense for the Vikings, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, they held them to well under 200 yards of total offense, and in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week. That great creativity and usual productivity. Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
He's got him in, complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 61 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options, especially maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Goff. Flush to his... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you can actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. On 1st down, Stafford here. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. The Vikings at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Cook up the gut. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they let this one field across the 45. Well, following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's not a very explosive plays in succession. North of 20 yards. So the ball moves in the Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. To throw is Stafford. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. But had another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4-4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. No score after one on EA Sports. On second down, Cook. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. From the 2, here's first and goal. Cook is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A play fake for Swift, now gone. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks in the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This pass complete to Reynolds. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. Now gone. Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And that's patience to be admired right there because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Goff now looks to throw. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Goff on third down. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. There's Goff. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Josh Reynolds, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it down. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your phone, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's going to get this one down to Cook. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal. They try again with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook. As the first half is winding down. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
No break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Complete. Jefferson the target. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. Stafford. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stafford on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. On the sneak, it's Stafford. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and can be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Running for it, here's Cook, and they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime mix had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
From the gun on 3rd down, gone. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Swift. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's gone. Left with no option here but to throw it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And taken down, but now the 3 across midfield. And now they're in the hurry-up. Stafford on 1st down. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Again, it's Cook, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance of the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there, able to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here's Goff and the Lions. Down 17-14. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Goff on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 31. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offensive coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Now it's Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Reynolds. He's got room at the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Goff throwing complete for Swift. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. So a big one coming down for Harrison Butker. This a 31-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense, just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Stafford. Throw here's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Now Stafford. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop at 34 seconds to go in the game. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it'll all come down to the right foot of Eddie Pinheiro. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime.
And he coughed it up, and the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes left side. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown, and in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. I mean, you've even been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defended home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business, not just at home,